Hello, duelists. Welcome to the King's Court. Okay, so as of yesterday, we finally got the effect revealed of the new elemental hero Thunder Giant Retread. Now, I know that the reaction to this card's been kind of lukewarm, and I can see that. It is kind of a lukewarm card, especially compared to the Flame Wingman Retread we got. Is it about, about? It's been a little more than a year, I think, at this point, because that card completely changed up how we play the deck. So I kind of get that, but at the same time, I feel like this card could possibly still have its place because I feel like this card could be a great going turn two board breaker. So really quick, let's go over the card. But before we get to that, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit notification bell for more videos. Here in the channel, if for the record, if you're new to the channel, thank you so much for clicking on this video, and if you're a returning viewer, hi, how you doing? Here on the channel, when it comes to our Yu-Gi-Oh content, I like to focus on heroes and Yubel, and that's what I like to talk about the most. So whenever a new card for heroes gets revealed, I immediately just want to talk about it. So that's pretty much everything. So if you want to see any future videos, because we still have the new masked hero cards to look forward to, and there's no word yet on where man, I think there is actually. I just got to look up when again. But when we get those cards revealed, I'll definitely be talking about those as well. So that's pretty much it. So let's get to the card first. So, really quick, man, this artwork is sick. That blue and yellow just looks perfect. It looks amazing. It kind of reminds me of Static Shock. Anyone else see it? So, it's called Elemental Hero Thunder Giant Voltic Thunder. It's a level 6 light warrior fusion monster. So, really quick, remember this card is level 6, and it's an elemental hero. This means that we can use elemental hero Flame Wingman Infernal Rage. We can use its effect to attribute itself to summon this card from the extra deck. So, just be aware that we can do that. So, this card is okay, cool. It's generic. Two elemental hero monsters. Okay, I'm glad they're sticking with this because that's always been one of the issues with like a lot of hero cards, especially the older ones. They require like specific elements or specific monsters, especially. So luckily these days they've kind of been going more towards just these elemental heroes. So Sunrise does that. Well, it requires two different attribute heroes. Wingman does that, so hopefully they stick with this because this is a lot better for the deck, honestly. Must be fusion summoned. You can only use the first and second effect. Okay, we all know how that works. Okay, if this card is special summoned and your opponent controls more cards than you do, you can destroy all other cards in the field. Now, that is actually pretty good. So, really quick, let's go over the second effect as before, though. You contribute this card fusion summon using a normal monster's material. Then target one elemental hero monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Okay, so they're both these effects. Okay, the first one I think is a little bit more like playable. The second one, not as much because usually these days, you usually use like your Neos or something to fuse into either your Sunrise or into your Wingman. So it really is what those are the two you really want to go into. So I don't really see the second effect coming up that much. Although let's be real, out of like 10 games, there's always that random ass game where the most obscure effects like come up. You know what I mean? So this could maybe like I could see like happening in like the craziest scenario because those always do happen once in a while. The first effect though, I feel like is the good one because the fact that we could go turn two and now we have a built-in Exiton, I feel like that's really useful because there's like literally we could just like go into this card, blow up our opponent's field, and if they don't stop it, the whole field is gone. And it's even better actually if we go into this card first and then go into wake up before we go into this card. We go into like wake up your elemental hero and we get that card's effect. So I feel like there is some playability with this card, especially if we're going, turn two board breaker. So, not much else to say though. Although I'm not gonna lie, whenever a new hero card gets revealed, I'm always excited. So, again, I'm just pun intended, static about this card because I really love how they're redoing the old elemental heroes, especially, let's be real, Flame Wingman and Thunder Giant didn't always really have a place in the deck. So I really hope they continue this. I actually talked about this on social media. So far they went Flame Wingman, now Thunder Giant. It feels like they're going in the exact order that the anime went when they introduced the hero fusions. They introduced Flame Wingman the very first episode of GX, and then they revealed Thunder Giant in the third episode. So I think if they continue doing this, Mudball Man could be the next one. And if I remember right, I think Rampart Blaster is after Mudball Man. I think it's either Rampart Blaster or it's either Tempest. One of those. So I really hope they continue doing this, like redoing the old heroes, especially the fusions, and then making them playable in the deck in the modern era. So I really, really hope they continue doing this. So let me know in the comments who. Big question for this video. One, do you feel like this card has its place? Yes, I do agree it is kind of lukewarm. It's not terrible, but the first effect is good. The fact that you can use this going turn two to blow up your opponent's field, in theory, but at best it could also be a good way to like try to bait out your opponent's cards, like the Veiler, the Imperm, etc. So I feel like this card can have some playability. The second effect I don't see happening a lot, but hey, again, there's always those weird ass scenarios. So let me know in the comments, what do you think of this card? Are you excited also for the Mass Hero support? That I gotta look up when we're getting that. I hope it's soon, because I don't think the effects have been revealed yet. I really hope it's soon. But also, let me know, who do you want to get a retread next? Again, I think they're going is so far in the order that they were released in the anime, so I think Mudball Man could be the next one. And like I said, I think eventually Rampart Blaster, and then Tempest, and then we can get the other ones. We can get like Wild Edge, we can get Wild Wingman, we can get Mariner, Electrum, all the old school heroes. I would love to see that, especially Electrum. I like before in the first. If you ever seen GX before in the first season, before Neos was introduced in season two, Electrum always felt like that, that final big boss hero monster. So I kind of really hope they eventually bring him back in like a new playable version in the modern era. But only time will tell. So let me know what you thought of this video. Let me know what you thought of this card. I'd love to read your comments, and I'll see you next video. Have a great week. Take care. Bye.